Hey family, it's Mike. Welcome back to the Modern Day Artists. This is pretty much the show where I sit down with individuals who are doing something really cool in their artistic scene, whether they're undiscovered, hidden, or just rising. I want to get to them first and I want to have a conversation with them. This time around, I sat down with JP, Brian, and Kyle to discuss a really cool project that they've been working on. It's actually out now, so you should definitely give it a listen. New Jersey for Mental Health. I mean, these guys managed to get 73 different individual artists all on one track to promote mental health here in Jersey. And honestly, dude, that's incredible. I don't even know how you do that. Actually, I do, because I spoke to them. So without any further ado, let's get right into the episode. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Modern Day Artist. We have a very special episode here today. Today I'm joined by Brian, JP, and Kyle. I'm going to let you guys kind of tell me who you are, actually. Go ahead. Whatever order you want.
You go for it, Brian. It's all you.
I'm Brian. I go by Brian Joe. That's my artist name. Artist, engineer, producer, recording studio owner, and operator. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite the long list. Mine's a lot more boring. I'm JP. I'm a videographer, photographer. I do some other things, but I don't talk about it. And that's it.
Hi.
Oh.
I'm Kyle.
No, not Kyle. Let me get my man Kyle right. Hold on. I'm sorry, buddy.
This no slack for
Appreciate
Kyle,
it.
bro.
Wait, we're going to fix this.
All right. Oh, I should have undone that. My bad.
No, you're good. As you can see, we take everything very seriously over here. Very well done, polished. It's great stuff here.
No slack.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So I'm Kyle. My artist producer name is Shaky by Nature. So again, I'm an artist, producer, engineer for this particular project. Mostly engineer and composer, as well as being an artist with one line on the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that leads us into our next thing. So the reason we're here is because they produced a record with 73 different individual artists and rappers, and all in the name of mental health. So I kind of wanted to delve a bit more into that story, how you guys got started. But before anything, just kind of explain to me what the project is.
You handle that.
So pretty much it's a song with 73 New Jersey artists on it. It's rappers to singers to EDM artists to indie artists to rock, and it's just a widespread music community that just, like we have people from Atlantic City come and people from, Newark, Montclair, some other spots I'm definitely forgetting, but it's all over. So I mean the project is just a very cool thing to kind of see everyone come together and also do it for a good cause, especially since the Mental Health Association in New Jersey partnered with it, so that's really, really, really dope. And yeah, with the video that's launching May 1st, which this will it'll probably be out by the time this is out, but everyone can go donate with a special link in the description. So yeah, it's just a dope project.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. I just wanted to know, what inspired this, the whole idea? Where did it come from?
Yeah, so
That's you again?
pretty much I had this idea for 2 years. It was two different separate ideas. It was one of them was how crazy it would be if I just got a ton of artists I know on one song. How weird would that be and how crazy would that be? And then the other idea was I would love to do an event for mental health and raise money for mental health. Mm-hmm. But where I was in my career, and even now where I am in my career, it's very difficult to put an event together and try to get a profit to then send a profit. Mm. So, and then also you got to surround yourself with the right people, in which in this case I very much did. But, some people try to use mental health or any type of cause in a way to better themselves. So I couldn't really do that or have people try to steal money or stuff like that. So I watched the We Are the World documentary. And I watched it and I was like, this is amazing. I could do that. And then
yeah. What's the We Are the World?
We Are the World is I'm blanking. I think it was 1986. I could be wrong. But it was definitely an 80s thing. But it was pretty much Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson, and Quincy Jones put together a song for Africa. So
that's right.
Pretty much it was just the biggest pop stars and rock stars of that era came together and did literally one or two lines on a song and then did a chorus together. So when I watched it, I was like, I could do that. I called 3 studios. They all denied it. They didn't want to do it. So I was like, dang, okay.
So you had the idea. And
I had the idea, but no one wanted to do it. And then I call Kyle. I tell Kyle about it, and he was all over it. Brian was all over it, and then next day we came in here and started making the beat.
Yeah, and how
It's
did you
crazy.
guys all meet?
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
you could
we're
talk about
brothers, so we met a while ago. So me and John actually played soccer together. I don't know.
a long time ago.
He's 23. I'm 22 now. It's probably been, I don't know. It was 7th grade, so however long
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, however long that
I
is.
think. Yeah, it was around then. But yeah, and then so we went to high school together. But since we're out of college now, or of age to be out of college, and about maybe not even a year ago, I guess a couple months ago, maybe like 8 months ago, we saw John at an open mic that we were invited to by.
Yeah,
one of
funny enough,
Brian's-
it was being hosted by this kid, Nick Wallace, who also helped put together this project, is on the project. He was a fraternity brother of mine at college. Yeah.
What fraternity?
Oh, Kappa Sigma.
You're Kappa Sig? Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
and at Ramapo, and
Right.
he was putting, I think it was on like Snapchat. Like we were not really that in touch. Like we kind of were. He put something on Snapchat like, "Hey, if you're a producer, hit me up." I hit him up about Kyle and I producing, and he was like, "Oh, I have this event every Monday where it's like an open mic, and we're having producers come in and just kind of like show off some of their beats." We pull up, and John's there doing interviews, and Kyle's like, "That's John Pilar." like, what?
Yeah, I was like, I haven't seen him since high school.
Yeah.
So, of course, like.
So you guys just started chopping. Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally chopping it up.
And then from there, and then in September, October of last year, I did your music video.
Yeah.
And then we kind of we did the music video, and then we kind of separated, and then you just got a random call one day from me about this project. So it's funny because like everyone's so like the connections are so strange between like the four of us, including obviously Nick Wallace, who's not here right now. Shout out, Nick. We miss you, buddy.
Shout out.
Big pimpin', bro. No, but we but like pretty much it's like a weird connection, and then all together, we just did this thing.
Yeah.
I'm still calling it a thing because I don't know what else to
Yeah,
call
right.
it. It's so weird.
What kind of challenges did you have to face? I mean, like having 73 fucking people like come in and like making it all actually like flow together, because they played the song for me, and you guys are gonna be able to hear it May 1st. But the way that they managed to get all of these people together, I had me bumping my head, which in my head I had my doubts. I was like, how the fuck you do that? Like, how are you gonna do that? But they did it really really well. But like, what were some of the challenges like about engineering this? Producing
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I was explaining to you earlier is like, just space on a computer, CPU power, like with having that many tracks, that many plugins, or for people that don't know, like effects that you're putting on that, just build up the processing power of the computer. And with 73 artists, it's just it's a lot of processing power. So,
Yeah.
we had to do it in 2 different sessions and eventually bring it all back together. That was one big thing. Scheduling. was
Oh
a
my
huge-
God.
maybe.
It took us the whole month of March
Yeah.
into the first week of April to get everyone on the song, because
Yeah.
our rule was, if you can't make it, unfortunately you just can't be on it, because the timing of everything was so we had to get everything done.
Deadlines.
It's not like we couldn't like wait another month or so to like get it done. So it was like there were just times of just like, oh, let's hope this person shows, let's hope this. But I mean, like everyone that came showed amazing love and did amazing stuff. And there were some people even that like just couldn't make it, unfortunately. And I, obviously we still rock with them. We love what they're doing, and you never know. There might be another project in the future that we would need them for. So
The fun part was I don't know if you showed him the picture of, we had the names of every artist like on
yeah.
index cards, and we were like trying to put them together, like, all right, who's gonna be in which group,
Oh,
and like go
yeah.
together and work
Wait,
together.
Wait, tell me about that. Yeah. The
Yeah, so-
process of outlining that.
oh my God. So that was like, we started somewhere in February, like middle February.
Yeah.
We did the beat, and that was really, really dope.
You guys did it? Like
Yeah,
from
like everything in
scratch
here,
type
like
shit?
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle, literally the moment I walked down here, Kyle was already like, I'm thinking this, and then put down that piano
I had
chord.
something in my head.
Yeah, he already like had it, and I was
Inspirational
like,
type beat. Yeah.
perfect.
That's fire. That's fire.
You know, I think Brian, you play the guitar at the end of the song too.
Yeah.
I'm on the drums for the chorus. It's literally like that whole project's from scratch. But the biggest thing is trying to put artists with artists that are gonna sound correct. So if you notice when you listen to the song, in the 8 bars that each like groups of four have, it's like they're all very similar styles. And so we sat here with 73 artists on index cards on this table, and just putting groups together, and it was this long process of just listening to everyone's song.
Yeah. And there was also like, all right, which like, does one person in this group have a car, and can they all come together? What's gonna make it easiest to like not have a line of cars down the street on the day of
So
recording?
you guys had to like listen to all of their music,
Pretty much.
and then
yeah.
figure out who sounds familiar, and then try to get like those groups to come in to the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Damn.
because the idea was to have them just come in. Like, I don't even think they heard the beat before they got here.
No one heard
for the
anything.
rappers.
Yeah, for the
just,
rappers.
like,
They did. The rappers didn't hear it.
No,
They
none of
didn't,
them
yeah.
heard the beat.
Yeah, so
Nobody
they
heard
came in and wrote their line day of. You know, they came in, heard the beat, and were like,
Oh.
okay, let's start writing. And then we were trying to think of like who could sound good and also like be comfortable writing something together with their group. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like if there's any previous relationships, because we wanted them to kind of like base what they did off of personal experiences, and then kind of like work together to build their section of the song. And a lot of times it worked out very well when everyone was here at the same time, which didn't
Yeah.
always happen. But
So when they were alone, was there like kind of like a slight disconnect? Would you say like with writing it out, or like you know what I mean?
You know, I don't really think so, because like I think most people like I think our biggest fear was that someone would come in and just have no clue what to say, or they would blank or have a writer's block, and I don't think we ever had that. I think everyone was writing off of each other well. Like sometimes you would have groups that just wouldn't really talk to each other, and they would still do their thing, or you would have groups that are like planning it. Like so it's
Yeah.
like, you know, it's a
Together.
weird like, I don't know, like
It's
a weird
collaboration. You know?
yeah, it's
Like
like it's just
huge
like I know, I'm still like I it's funny because I still think about it when it's like I play that song that's only like 4 minutes 30 seconds. You're listening to 73 different
Yeah, when you
people.
told me, like, I was thinking, bro, like, he was like, oh, he's about to, like, send me some, like, 14-minute long track. And, like, I don't know, I was still thinking it was going to be 5, but it was, like, 4 minutes. Like, how the fuck? And then you started explaining, like, you get the 2 bars, and the layering, and I was like, okay, now I see. That's sick. But tell me why this is important to you guys.
I mean, I think, you know, mental health is one of the most important things. I think we've all had experiences that we can touch on if we want to, but I think it's one of the things that are so important to like living a healthy life, but there's still a stigma around it. Like there's no stigma around exercise. You know what I mean? There's no stigma around eating right. There's no brushing your teeth. You know what I mean? Like, but it's a thing that people, you know, go through daily, and it affects them daily. And I think the biggest thing for me was taking away some of that stigma, showing, you know, anyone who's gonna watch this, like, oh, these are 73 people who, especially like with rappers and some of like the pop singers, they're a big part of the persona is like having a little bravado, you know what I mean, and kind of being a little like, no, I'm good, you know, there's nothing, and kind of tearing that down a little bit, and showing that all of us have vulnerabilities, and we've all been through something that either stuck with us, sticks with us, helped us change a part of us that we didn't like, or whatever. You know, I think is important to show that you can overcome whatever it is you're going through, because I feel like a lot of people don't even want to, or don't have the strength to even try, because they don't think it's possible to overcome whatever they're going through. So I think really trying to amplify the fact that you can is what was the most important thing for me.
And I think the biggest thing too is like what I actually really opened my eyes to is like when I was speaking to the Mental Health Association in New Jersey, they were kind of talking to me about like how everyone has mental health. There's not one person on this planet that does not have it. And when I started like really like thinking about that and doing this full project too, it's like hearing some of the reasons why people join the project and hearing some of the stories, a lot of it's gut wrenching. It's like you sit there and you're like, wow, like these are just like it's crazy because now I think about it, like I could walk into a mall and I'm passing a million people with like crazy stories in their life that has caused so much mental distress that I'm just like it's just everyone. There's not like I don't think I'm lying here. There's no one in this world that doesn't have a mental health problem or ever has faced it. And you know the big thing about this project too is to kind of show like there's 73 people on this song. That's trying to show you that there is you're not alone, pretty much. Like that's the whole like the biggest point we're trying to make with this song, that you're really not alone. There's 73 people talking about it, and people that, like I said, unfortunately couldn't make it that were also going to talk about it. There's a lot of people going through some stuff. And so, you know, the biggest message is like, you're not alone. You're just not alone. What about you, Kyle?
Yeah, word. I mean, I'll try to not go on too long about it or be too redundant.
Shit,
but
talk your shit.
For me, so I mean, like you said, everybody goes through something. For me, anxiety is something that's always, honestly, like a daily thing for me. So, music has always gone hand in hand, I think, for a lot of people, but for me, with mental health, and has been, my place to be vulnerable about those type of things, because we all know how hard it is to do that in real life. Yeah. And on top of like they've already said, like just all of the artists coming together and showing they're not alone. I think especially for young people, it's one of those things where it's tough because it's not like a cool thing to talk about. And if you're the only person talking about it, people aren't going to be on board. But if there's 73 people talking about it, it's going to be a different story. Mm-hmm. So that's another way. Again, like they said, just that volume alone, it goes a long way. But I think that's a part of it. It's just not. It's something people are scared to talk about. Yeah. It's not cool,
Yeah. So. Having dealt with so many different people over the course of that, the recording session. Like, what kind of things were there? Any moments where you were like you learned something different that day, or you walked away with it because it was a certain particular experience with somebody? Do you have any moments like that? Like
for me, it's I don't know. It's like there's some artists in here that I haven't seen in like 3 years to like or someone I met like 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. It was just cool to like, for me, like honestly just like reconnecting with people, and just like I always had a little moment with like every artist, for me personally. Like even some of the people that like I have never met before, or it was like through Kyle or Brian or Nick. And it was just, there was always these little moments that like I'm just like grateful for. Like to be honest, most people, like there were some times where like people are just sitting here and just chilling and like talking and showing new music and stuff like that. But like for me, it's like I don't know. I feel like that was like probably the coolest thing in the world, is just like seeing like a bunch of people in a room that that were parts of my life, or meeting new people and now a part of these parts in my life. And like that's my, I guess, like kind of just like the blessing that came out of like the recordings itself. But that's just for me. Did you guys like learn anything, or like I don't
take
know,
away, you know what I mean? Like dealing with so many people, I'm sure like you said, there's so many different individual experiences and moments. Anything that was particularly impactful?
You got one, Kai?
No, I can't really think of anything specific. I think just overall, I I'm just surprised, seeing certain people with how they look or how they are generally act, and like come off on social
Yeah,
media
like
or
portray
whatever.
themselves.
And when they come down here to do a song about mental health, they really open up. And it's
Oh, yeah,
repeatedly
yeah.
seeing that it wasn't it wasn't the one specific moment, but over and over it was like a very moving thing. Like seeing these people that are like super hard and like which they this doesn't take away anything from that. It shouldn't, but like I think that's even more hard to be able to be vulnerable like that in
Oh, hell
especially
yeah.
with other people around too
For
and
sure,
all
people
that.
you don't
like,
even know. Like
so
that's the hard part.
Yeah.
and I think it's like it's unexpected, I guess, more than anything, and
Mhm.
it is like very like touching, honestly, like
Yeah.
seeing that too. So.
That's what I was gonna say. But my one takeaway was kind of that, like those experiences of a lot of people I had never even met before, but these people who are like some of even the bigger artists on here who again are portrayed as like tough and hard and they come in and after 2 minutes of being down here we're having a very deep conversation about life and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
mental health and the way we choose to overcome those battles and I think a big thing about this was about coming together for the cause, but I think it did more to bring us together. Like I felt very connected to a lot of these people that I got to have meaningful conversations with that you never get to do that. And in a lot of different settings, pretty much any other setting, it probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
But it gave the opportunity for.
That's why this was so special.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's those like special moments like that. There's like there's like a 2-minute conversation I just had with a total stranger that like is gonna stay with me.
Yeah, for sure. Wow, that's awesome.
It's cool.
Yeah. So since you guys are all artists in your own right, and having worked with so many individual artists, kind of moving not like away from the project, but more so just kind of want to ask your thoughts and since there's people watching, like, is there any like advice that you can give for artists or creatives that are like really trying to make it? Maybe they're getting to that point where it's like, I'm about to graduate college or I've been doing college, and it's like, do I really want to what am I gonna do? Like, do I keep doing the artist stuff? Do I like? I'm just confused right now. Is there any advice you guys could give on that topic?
I mean, my biggest thing, if you're a creative or an artist or, if you're an interviewer, videographer, photographer, whatever you may be, my biggest thing is networking. Find a way into the industry, start to learn it. The biggest thing is when you, like, especially in Jersey, if you're from Jersey, one person, everyone.
Facts.
So it's like once you like just start moving through like the events that they host at Jersey, like my biggest thing is like I walk into a room and my goal is to get everyone's phone number. That's my whole goal, because I know like maybe 2 years from now that person could hit me up and be like, yo, let's do something. So it's like that's the biggest thing, is being connected and being also like just be fair with everyone. Don't steal money from people or try to fuck over people. Like be like a down to earth human being, please, because that's how you're gonna get the farthest. But that's just for how I'd say the start. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think going off of that, my biggest thing is just being genuine. And like you said, like don't try to like get a leg up on someone else. Don't try to like step on anyone else's toes, because people are very, whether they know it or not, they pick up on that pretty immediately. Like you'll meet someone and you go, this guy doesn't have the right intentions. I can just tell by the way he talks, by the way he moves. So don't be like, good things will come if you are kind to people and you work with people in the right way, you know what I mean? Yeah. And be okay with it taking a little bit of time. You know what I mean? Don't force anything, because then that you take away the authenticity when you force something to happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, just move with love and facts, authenticity.
Facts. I agree with that.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'll go in a little bit of a different direction, but I don't know how many people I've seen, like, or high up industry people, that when they get asked that question, like, what does it take, one of the first things they say is just be a good hang. Just be somebody that people want to be around.
Good hang, I like.
And you'll be in rooms with people, you know. Yeah, so that's one thing, you know. Just have a good attitude and just like being for the music or for the project or whatever it is. Like just be about that and not your individual whatever it is. But yeah, I mean, to not be too redundant about, you know, networking and everything, because that's kind of a big thing I was going to say. I mean, like, I've definitely, like, felt stuck before. I mean, a lot of times. And it's, like, it's tough when you don't know what to do. Sometimes you just got to sit back and just, like, let, you know, the passion or whatever originally drove you to whatever it is, if it's music, if it's that, try to remember that, try to get back to whatever that is and find that magic again, because it's not gone. It might, you know, maybe for a day or not feeling it or a week, but just, you know, remember that and get back to it and figure out why you're passionate about it. You know, remember that passion. And,
Yes, sir.
and you'll be fine.
I think breaks are such a good thing.
They are.
Not too long.
You need, not too long. But I do it all the time where I just have to step back and kind of remember why I'm doing it, or let the new ideas flow.
I do more living.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
LIVIN.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. I just want to say thank you so much for watching up to this point. If you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you. If you guys want to follow any of these people that are in the video, all of their links are going to be down below. JP, Kyle, and Brian. Definitely check them out, especially if you're an artist, because these guys are super talented. Besides that, if you're an artist yourself and you want to be on the show, definitely reach me at the email down below. And without any further ado, let's get right back into the episode. And we're back.
Yeah.
We're back.
Oh, so that was... They talked about the project, man. What was like the name for the project?
Jersey for Mental Health.
Jersey for Mental Health. And like, before we move on, is there any specific people you guys want to shout out that helped you on the project? I mean, I'm sure there's many.
There's
Besides
so
all the
many. I mean, Marilyn Rosemary from the Mental Health Association in New Jersey. They are just amazing people. They came here on the third day of the mass recording and got to hang out with some of the artists and take pictures and just have a good time. And they've just been helping so much behind the scenes with everything. So huge shout outs to them. Big shout out to Matrix and Space Hound for helping with Rollout. He came on the Singers Day and they were loving it. They love the project and they're once again just helping us spread the word. So big shout out to them. Nick Wallace isn't here, but big shout out to Nick for vocal producing the project and composing it with us. And then just like literally every artist, like I don't like. There's no one in particular in there. It's just all of them were just amazing and they did their thing. There was not one person that just slacked in like on their lyrics or how their voice sounded. Everyone came crazy. So big shout out to everyone that just joined this journey with us.
Yeah. Where can they hear more about it and like find it and listen to the song when it does drop?
Yeah, Sersky.
Wait, that was a question.
Oh, that was a question.
I was like, where can they? I said, where can they find it? Where can?
Where they can? Okay, so
yeah. My bad. I'll be mumbling sometimes.
Yeah, bro. I thought you were like, I can't wait to hear it. I'm like, oh shit, bro. Thanks, man.
YouTube.
Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. There's gonna be a YouTube channel called Jersey for Mental Health. You can go check that out. That's where the video will lie. And then make sure to check out the Mental Health Association in New Jersey. They do amazing stuff. We saw their we actually went to their corporate building and it was amazing. We saw the call centers and they just help so many people. The people in there are amazing in what they do. But there will be a link in the description in the video to go donate. So make sure you guys go do that. That would be amazing.
Yes, Sirski.
And yes, Sirski. Go help people.
Awesome. All right. So now I kind of just want to delve into your individual stories. First of all, the studio, the space we're in right now. Like, tell me about this. This place is awesome.
Yeah, you
Look at this. Look at this. Come on.
All right. So we had a lot. Some of this stuff, most of this stuff, was in that room, and this was more just like a living room. Basement area, and carpet, whatnot. It looked very much like just a home, and Kyle and I were working at a different studio, and we had a falling out, and it was actually, I had kind of the idea, but I was like, nah. It was my mom's idea. She was like, why don't you just build the studio in the basement? I was like, we're allowed to do that? Then spent the next few months ripping up the carpet, putting in the new floors, expanding the wall, cutting the hole in the wall to put the window, putting up all the sound treatment, acquiring a couple new toys, and painting it, and just making it what you see here.
Yeah. How long you guys been messing with music for?
Oh man. I mean, so we both like played instruments. Like, I played piano when I was a little kid, and like trombone in middle school and elementary school and stuff. But for me, like recording really started. Again, I don't know how long ago this is, but it was like my freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
Maybe like 6 or 7 years ago. Started recording stuff on GarageBand.
Did you record like instrument? Did you play an instrument?
Yeah, I was in a band in high school, so I was
you?
the guitarist and vocalist. But
yeah.
since the studio was where we recorded was in my basement, I did a lot of the, I did the bass tracks a lot of time too. Sometimes Greg did it. Shout out Greg. But and then we just had like fake drums because I didn't know I wasn't recording a drum kit back then. So but yeah, so that's just really just started like recording and songwriting really was like 6 or 7 years ago for me.
Yeah.
Pretty similar. I mean, my first memories are listening to music in the car and always having a passion for that. And I got a guitar at like 5 years old. I never put in the time to actually learn it because I just wanted to be good immediately. I wanted to shred, and I never could. And then which I'm pissed about now. I didn't take piano lessons like he and our older brother did. But I played saxophone in the band.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, and I started in fourth grade. Also played bass in like the jazz band that same year. Just kind of kept going from there. And then I was always like writing songs like as a child. Not very good, but I was always trying to do something like that. I was trying to write something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started rapping when I was like in like 7th grade, and I did that for a long time. Made a couple songs, and then I was probably like after Kyle really started producing and stuff like that. I switched my focus to more making the beats, and then also like started writing more instrumental driven stuff, and then making them into full songs. So like it's been kind of a long trajectory, but yeah, I mean
look at you guys now, man.
Yeah, right.
Very quickly mention our parents are extremely musical too. Our dad is an incredible guitar player and very, very knowledgeable about music, and as you can see from the vinyl collection, very extensive knowledge of popular music and music history and everything, and has just been one of the obviously the biggest influences on us.
That must be awesome. Yeah, I mean, in my household growing up, they loved music. They grew up playing instruments, art, and stuff like that. So like having family members and growing up in an environment where it's like, these people appreciate like art, and not only that, do they support you? Like they support you.
They are our biggest supporters, and always have been.
Yeah.
And without that, I mean, we probably wouldn't have any of this. So very thankful.
What about you, sir? What's your story?
Well, I don't make music, but I started like doing like video production and stuff like that back in 2017 to 2018. I was a part of a media group called Excessive. Shout out to Excessive. Go check them out, Excessive TV. It was a group of guys that I grew up with and went to high school with. And Kyle knows them as well, so because he was same grade. We all same school. So from there, we would do like podcasts and music videos and all that. And over time, I just started to meet just so many different people. I recently left, but kind of going on my own little journey. But just through this, it's just once again, it's just like, I don't know, like I feel like most of my journey is just meeting people, and then just like going to cool places and doing certain things and trying shit that I've never tried, or like trying to that kind of like, I don't know, do something that people just have never done in Jersey. So it's like I've always tried to come up with ideas and like and stuff like that to like, I don't know, just always be different. I'm not too sure.
Kind of vibe.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? It's like, like even with like with the recent project, it's like it was a big thing that I was like, I don't think anyone in Jersey
I've
is
never
able
seen this
to do
before,
it.
bro. I think it's fire,
Like-
bro. I don't think
Like, you know what I mean? It's but yeah, no, most of my journey has just been meeting people and just gaining best connection and just like, just being like, honestly, I view a lot of artists as really close friends of mine, and just like when I'm just like want to talk to people, I'll just call my friends. Do you know what I mean? My friends in
Yeah.
this industry, and just kind of like move forward. They'd be like, "Oh, we got this thing. You should pop out." And then I'm at that thing. So it's like,
Yeah, I
and
love
then I
creatives,
mean new
bro.
people.
Professional networker.
Yeah, I love it.
Essentially.
That's my favorite thing ever. I love networking. But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm just kind of like, I don't want to talk to people, and then I just don't.
That's
I don't
where you do
network.
the breaks he was talking about. So
Right,
that's
yeah,
similar to your own thing.
Like I love everyone I meet. I've never not, loved everyone I met. It's just sometimes I'm at places and there's new people that want to talk to me, and I'm like, hi. I'm just not in the mood. But I like I said though, most of my journey has just been networking and doing video work and photo work, and I mean I've done a couple events before. I did a Stockton University college party with
That sounds cool.
artists that performed and all that. We had an amazing turnout. It was so much fun.
You like helped like host an event.
Yeah, so my friend Kane and I from and like the Galloway area, we put together a Halloween party. And we kind of lied to the Stockton students. We kind of like said that like, oh, it's a party, but we had performers there, so we had like we had a
so you
bunch
didn't
of
say,
like
showcase. It was
yeah, it was a
party.
showcase, but
That
it was
happens to
like
have-
it was a party.
Some live music.
But I'm not gonna lie, but like everyone loved it. Like shout out YBC, 3KBZ, Nick Wallace, Eber Wondon, Zay Blackheart, Jay Roddy. They all went crazy. There's definitely people I'm missing, and I'm sorry that I'm missing you. But it was great, and like just watching a bunch of people like get sturdy to YBC was really really cool. Stressful as heck, but I loved it. Like I love doing I've done event organization. It's very fun. It's a big thing that I love doing, sponsoring events. It's just like I said, it's just a bunch of networking stuff that just gets me to do stuff.
It's kind of cool because everyone can contribute something different when it comes to like the creative space. You don't necessarily have to be an artist to be an artist. Like,
Yeah.
you're an artist in your own right. Obviously, like we have a similar thing where like we're media people.
Yeah.
But then like you're over here, like how would you like curating and coming up with ideas.
You
So it's
should
like-
hear this man's beats. They go fucking crazy.
You got beat? Oh my god! Yo, someone play a beat. bro.
Yeah, there's another project in the works.
Oh my God.
We might have to cut
Yeah,
that. I don't know if
yeah,
we're talking about
no,
that yet.
we can keep it, but it's just not gonna know yet.
Alright, but yeah, alright. So I like to do this on the show. Since the show is called Modern Day Artists, I would like each of you to tell me what you believe a modern day artist is.
Oh Jesus.
Kyle, you want to start?
From left to right. What's a modern day artist?
I think I might be able to if you don't got something.
You go first.
I feel like the modern day artist is different and creative and doesn't try to be like the person that's sitting next to them. They always have something that's completely different from anyone else can comprehend. And like that kind of also just rolls into like if you feel like your music is too similar to stuff, change it. It's time to change. It's changing time. That's
Listen
why,
to more music.
especially this studio, MacBros Music, baby. They do it all. You could just make a song from scratch here. It's amazing.
That's so fire. That's so fire.
I'll kind of go off that because I have a similar opinion that I think the best part of the modern age when it comes to music is you can kind of do anything, and there are so many tools and utilities at your disposal, at your fingertips, that like the biggest artists in like the 70s didn't have. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The biggest artists in the 90s didn't have. Like, we have the ability to do so much so quickly and make it sound so good, like so easily. I think a modern day artist is someone who going back to the authenticity, it stays genuine to themselves and isn't afraid to sound different, because there is so many subgenres of music at this point that like if you like stick with your niche or don't try and be like anyone else, you know what I mean? Because you don't have to be. You could like experiment with everything, try something new all the time.
The boxes are real.
You know what's I'm gonna play off that real quick, because you know when like people get annoyed when they're like, say you're an artist and I go to you and be like, you sound like Juice WRLD, and then you get all annoyed because I say you sound like Juice WRLD. If you're hearing that, then that means you gotta do something to be you.
Yeah.
Like I like artists always complain that people are comparing them, and I'm like,
yeah, I feel
change
like
it.
it's cool. It's cool to like have inspirations, of course.
Oh, of
especially
course.
when you're first starting out. Like, you're gonna have to emulate. To be
oh,
honest.
100%.
Yeah.
And after a while, like, it's kind of like when you learn how to use Legos. It's like you learn how to do it by the book, but then you start fucking around with your own imagination. So
Yeah,
it's like,
no,
That's
exactly.
a great way to put it.
yeah. I just pulled that one out of my ass.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's kind of crazy. This is not scripted.
Nah.
What do you got, Kai?
Yeah, I mean,
What's a modern day artist?
yeah. So I mean, the modern day artist to me, I guess, going off of a lot of what you guys have been saying, but either is or should be more eclectic than ever because of our access to basically all of recorded music, ever, or the last 100 years when we could record music. But
yeah.
now instead of us only getting the one genre or hearing the bands in our area, we get to hear everything. So there really isn't an excuse to like not have an eclectic sound or listen to a bunch of stuff that inevitably bleeds into your own music and makes you unique. I think now more than ever, artists should be more unique than they ever have, and I think some of them are. A lot of them are.
Sure.
And on top of that, like too, artists are just expected to do way more on their own too. And I think, I'm somebody who believes people are specialists. I like to do the things that I'm good at and leave the other shit to other people. But like it's just out of necessity. Mostly like artists have to wear multiple hats because that's just how it is. And either budget or just like time, whatever it is. Like just for the most part, artists have to do multiple things. So I think artists are more versatile in that way.
Yeah.
Because they're just doing more things, and so they're better in multiple areas instead of just one thing.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
And I think that just real quick, I think a lot of people see it as a problem, and I definitely have at times. But I think we're now in a very unique position to have 100% say in all of your material and all of everything you make. Like, maybe it is annoying to make a TikTok, but if you were, I don't know, Lady Gaga back in 2010. Maybe that's a bad example. So a pop star, because she was doing whatever the fuck she wanted. But but back in the day, a lot of the artists didn't have any say in what a lot of the stuff that they did, especially not a lot of their publicity and advertising. They didn't really get a say in that. And I think it's kind of, we should look at it as a good thing, as we're taking back everything about us as an artist. Like you don't have to make a TikTok, But if you're going to, it's going to help. And if you do, make it one that speaks to who you are as a person. Just put your own flavor on everything you do, because you are now granted that ability. You know what I mean? Look at it as a good thing.
Mance is preaching.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling the energy from here. No, but I love that, guys. Yeah, I think it's so true. Like these days, like the fact that we're in modern times means like you don't have to pay hella bread to do studio time anymore. Like you can hit up like a homie that kind of fucks with it and like get quality shit.
Although you should always come to the MacBros.
MacBros Music.
But yeah,
Shameless plug-in, but MacBros Music, they fire.
That's MacBros.
Yo, you guys, it's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you and speak to you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming on to the show, or for, I guess, welcoming me into your humble abode.
Of course. Thanks for coming.
Of course.
But is there any last thing you'd like to say to the people before we call this an episode?
Book the MacBros.
Go watch Jersey for Mental Health. Go check out this amazing project. And if you're feeling down, just remember you're not alone. If you're really having some problems, please go visit the Mental Health Association in New Jersey. They are amazing, and they will definitely get you through whatever you're going through. And talk to people too. Don't hide it away. Don't keep it to yourself, because you see there's someone to the left of me, there's someone to the right of me. They may be going through the same thing I'm going through. So talk to people, please.
You can get better.
Oh, yeah.
You can.
100%.
Thank you guys for watching. Have a good life.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. That was amazing.